Welcome to BRL Realistic Division. I'm your commentator, Rathful. I'm here with BWO tonight. How are you doing there, sir?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. This lovely Thursday evening here at Monza.
Mm-hmm.
I got the country right. I got the country right. Just
Country
we
right,
just
but
moved. We just moved. We just moved.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little cloudy by the looks of it. Maybe we'll have some wet quali running. We'll have to see how the race goes. See if it's dry there.
Yeah, yes, indeed. While it's somewhat of a quiet pit road, Taylor Clan leads the championship with 126 points. He has a 16-point lead over Boss Cookie, who is P2. Chandler is P3 with 102 points back. And those three are still within, a race gap of the championship. P4 is Shazam. He's very close. 99 points, 27 points back. And P4. P5 is Alphanisa, 63 points. P6 has a two-way tie between Ferrari Nut and Zach the Beast with 46 points. Veyron's P8 with 44 points, just 2 points behind P6. Miniko is in P9 with 41 points, and Wraith is P10 with 22 points. And then as for the constructors, it's very, very tight at the top. Mercedes leads over Red Bull by 4 points. Ferrari's P3 with 154 points. They're 86 points back. McLaren's P4 with 104 points. Then P5 is AlphaTauri with 51 points. They have a 6-point lead over Alpine, who's P6. And then Aston Martin has 38 points in P7. Alfa Romeo has 9 points in P8. Williams is P9, 1 point behind Alfa Romeo with 8 points. And Haas is P10. They have not scored so far this season. Getting very close last week. Very close.
Very close. Could have a good chance this time. Only 16 drivers so far in quali, so they should have a chance of making it out into Q2.
Yeah.
Maybe a good chance at points for them. So,
I mean, the unfortunate part is this is probably one of the not ideal tracks for the Haas, with it being very, very engine dependent, and with this car, it's not very fast in a straight line, but we know Miniko will give it everything it has. I believe Miniko actually will be, or actually no, will it be? Yeah, Miniko.
yeah, the Haas will be on pole for a short while.
My Barnet makes some mistakes. So far, looks so good. Going through Lesmo 1. Lesmo 2. Coming up right here. While this is going on, I'll try to get a weather report.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the weather is. Could be a dry race, though, so there is always that. Quali sometimes be a little wet.
Watching Nico. Every time I think of Monza, I think of the 2003, I think it was 03 or 04, that clip of Montoya, who, until Kimi Räikkönen had pole in 2018, that fastest lap ever ran.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be pole for now. No, Ferrari Nut was coming in behind on a medium run, but does not go faster than Miniko, so Miniko will stay on pole for the time being.
Might be due.
Chandler might have bowed out of his run early. Yes, he did. He had an issue into turn 1, I think, so he's going for a second run.
Yeah, looking at Ferrari Nut. Some guys like to do 2 laps here on mediums. The mediums tend to fire up better on lap 2. As Deer Hunter for 121.
Yeah, Deer Hunter goes fastest, back into the Merc for him, so hopefully he can do something with the Mercedes power this time around. So far putting it up on pole, so that's a good start. No Chandler and Boss Cookie are out there, so we'll have to see how they're going to do on their runs.
Yeah, I believe the Sector 3, that's just, I believe, Heat Wave coming into the pits. We did not set a time. Oh, and Brian Nuts are validated, so I assume he's just going to come into the pits.
I'm gonna guess. What does Boss Cookie have to the line? He's gonna go second fastest on mediums. So maybe a little bit more in there on those softs. Gonna be quite a bit different.
I think in theory, probably saving a set of softs with going on the medium wouldn't be a bad idea to do that.
And Chandler goes fastest in the Ferrari with a 20.576. So far so good for the Ferrari up there and ahead of the Mercedes and the Red Bull. So
Chandler had a very strong race at Imola earlier in the year, which, like Monza, is the home country for Ferrari, as Ferrari has retired. Oh!
He's crashed it before the first Lesmo.
Yeah.
I guess he had some issues coming out of the curbs there and
See if we're able.
pushing on a second lap on the mediums. Maybe just had an issue.
Yeah, he's hit. It looks like an inside wall there. So interesting enough. Don't know. Maybe if he clipped too much curb or something.
I'm not quite sure. Next driver through. Zach's just starting a lap. Taylor on a lap. Boss Cookie seemingly had some issues. Okay, he just went a bit deep on a second hot lap. Coming into the pits now, so.
Oh, Spratley's around. Got to gather it up, but
Yeah, I think he was doing a second push lap. I don't think he liked his time.
no. Well, with Ferrari not making it, crashing out, we'll see if that time does anything. But looking at 15th, I don't know if he's going to be able to go to the next round or not.
No, but I don't know if it'll take out anybody else that's slower, so the Haas's will just have to do better. So in theory, Minico can retire, but Sprightly might have to do better than a 22.8.
Watching Zach. Oh, he doesn't invalidate, but he just runs wide after the Ascari chicane. Mediums as well.
Yeah, Zach following Taylor through, but Taylor does pretty much a 20 flat, 1/10 away from it. Zach moves into P5 with a 22.2 on that medium stint, just getting a practice run maybe in.
Yeah, I mean, their practice run in, as you see Taylor, yeah, these guys going through the runoff. That way they don't affect the racing line, even though here comes the McLaren. I believe that is Bayron.
I mean, it's good race strategy, considering all they have to do is the one run on the mediums now that they have a driver that's retired.
Yeah,
They can save their softs for 2 and 3 and then race, have an extra set.
I think it's going to be more interesting to see what they do in Q2. Mercedes and Red Bull, in theory, have kind of the pace to do whatever they sort of please. And if they both tend to want to start on the softs, or if they're going to split the strategy, we'll see.
Yeah, Minico kind of figured out his predicament, and he knows he's through, so he's retired early in the pits.
AP21 has spun, getting it gathered up.
Fly Raptor's been on a good run in the Alpine. There's a lot of drivers on their way through. Hopefully, he invalidates through Ascari though, which is not going to help. His teammate Sanchez is was on a run, not on a run now. But let's see. And that's Shazam off.
Yep, Veyron.
Shazam is around. So the cooler track conditions getting people. And Zach retires because he knows his situation, so some strategy plays already coming in. Some early retirements in this session, so.
I think in this situation, knowing that you're already into Q2, I think we'll see a lot of guys. It would not surprise me if we don't see the likes of Heatwave Sanchez, or I'm sorry, these guys really set down a really hard lap, knowing the fact that, hey, we're through. Let's just not push it. Last thing you want to do is crash out right now. Is Boss Cookie runs off the clip the curb. Yeah, I got exit the first chicane.
Oh, Sanchez has lost it on exit, and he's gonna have to let Shazam through. Shazam goes to pit. Sanchez to pit. Heatwave is on his way through. Can he set down a time? What has he got? That will be a 22 flat. That will be safe when he comes around to pit. Toneless starting a lap now, so we'll have to see if the Alfa Romeo can get himself a little bit up and out, so that'd be nice to see.
Skater, does he have... He might have enough battery to complete this next lap here on the medium compound.
Either that or he's just running to the pits to retire. I don't think he needs to put down another lap.
He's matched his time that he set. He's matched it so far, so we'll see. Still valid after the Scar chicane.
Yeah. I think the bar you just need to beat is at 22.8.
Yep, he'll come back. He'll come to finish it. Let's see what he gets. Oh, about a quarter second faster. So slight improvement there on 3-lap mediums.
Maybe just getting a few runs in to get them settled in for Q2, Q3. I know a few drivers like to do that, just burn out their mediums that they're not going to use. We saw a lot of that at the Netherlands, at Zandvoort, so... Toneless riding the line all the way through. It is going to be a 22 flat, so he's going to be safe when he comes around to pit. Sanchez reloaded and on for a lap now. So hopefully they can get themselves through. Supply Raptor up ahead trying to get through. So the team of Alpine trying to work it out. Chandler's done a few laps on those softs, so yeah, it's typical.
Judging his pace at the moment, I wonder if this is just reconnaissance / practice run.
Well, Boss Cookie did 3 runs, Slither did 3 runs, Chandler's done 4, Deer Hunter did 3, so it seems like everyone's kind of just doing a few warm-up laps on the one stint, because they know that they're pretty much through. So, I think it's just down to Supply Raptor pretty much putting a time. I think Sprightly is safe as long as he stays in.
I think the worst thing you could do right now is crash out, so...
Yeah. Oh, Sanchez crashes out.
Oh,
he's
well,
far out, so Sprightly will be through to Q2 if he retires in pits. I think all of our drivers will be safe as long as they put down a time better than that.
Supply.
And yeah, Supply just needs to go to the pits and retire, and he's safely through.
Well,
Toneless can retire, he's safe, and KP21 doesn't need to do this lap, but I guess is getting a reconnaissance lap out.
I think in theory it's going to be Ferrari Nut now that transfers through, being the fact that he's still set a time faster than Sanchez. We'll see.
We'll have to see. So Ferrari Nut might still be in for Q2.
But
we're only dropping one driver.
Yeah,
so.
But I think whoever does advance into Q2, as Sanchez or Ferrari Nut, unfortunately, they're going to start 15th. Their qualifying session is over.
That is true, though.
So they'll get a nice little break before the race will start.
I mean, turn 1 Monza might not be a bad idea to be at the back.
You got everything in front of you, so yeah, it's actually, it's very, very true thought.
At least you can see what's going on. Sort of.
Yeah, don't have to worry about someone hitting you in the back. Don't have to really look at the mirrors.
Don't have to worry about your start being too good.
Yeah. The thing is, though, you could get a bad start here at Monza, that the turn one being the way it is, you're going to catch up to the back of the field anyway, so might not be a bad idea.
Yeah. Boss Cookie heading back out to track. Most of the drivers have retired. The only drivers out there, I think, is Chandler doing another lap. It's validated, but it's going again.
Oh. Nico in the chat saying he's eating corn at the cob. But you were the first one to retire, Nico. I remember what it was a handful of years ago, Vettel on the radio. Is there enough time? Yeah, there's time. Why? I need to go take a wee.
Boss Cookie trying to give Ferrari a little toe on the straight. Oh, hitting a little bit of curb, going a little wider than he probably wanted, but he moves.
Yeah, so far we have everyone retired but 5. I think nothing more really to gain out of this. I don't. Thomas and Sprightly, they're still. In the pits. I don't think they're gonna leave. Could be wrong. And what I think maybe, you look at what the Red Bulls are doing, especially Taylor. He could be timing, when to leave the box to do his final go for Q2 and mainly Q3.
So I'm going to guess that Chandler hasn't probably practiced all week, or this is his only practice he's getting in. That's why he's doing multiple laps.
Could well be the case. I remember when, what was it? I think Massa got sick at Hungary in 2017, so they had to put probably the rest of the car. I think it was 2017, might have been 2018. And the rest have pretty much treated Q1 a lot like this, just a flat-out free 15-minute practice session, because he had been in the car in months. So yeah,
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
No.
Get your pace down, get your idea down, understand the track limits. Keeps us up. He'll already do 1/3 of the race distance by the time he finishes. So
that's a valid point. Yeah, and in a way, he's actually getting free data on what the soft tires do. It's a fresh set, yeah, okay, track evolution, whatever. He's still getting like, okay, this is what the percentage is going to be for lap 7, and we'll see if he does another lap or if he'll bring in the pits. No, he'll do one more.
Yeah, the Ferrari doesn't quite get dirty air so much. It kind of falls off from both the Merc and the Red Bull, and then it's away from pretty much everybody else. The McLarens might have a good fight with them this time around, but this should be pretty much race pace. I don't think he'd be dumping so much battery on hot lap mode, though.
Yeah, we'll see. With this being realistic and not T racing, if we do still see a train that develops, hopefully we'll see a proper train and not this Swedish train that we saw in Indy. Just that snake, just regular drafting beast.
A little wiggling down the straights.
Wow, I mean, no fault of Marcus's own. He did everything within his, that was right to do what he did. I'm just saying, that's not really how. No, we don't need that.
A little bit more curb, I think, than he wanted on exit, but pretty nice through Ascari.
See, he's probably going to complete this lap. He runs wide there, but doesn't invalidate though, so interesting.
Does not invalidate. Stewards thought it was generous enough on exit, and they're through.
So, think about that. 8 laps, and the time drop-off is 1.8 seconds. So, that's the end of Q1, and advancing will be Taylor Clan, Deer, Chandler, Skater, Boss Cookie, that's your top 5. Shazam, Veyron, Supply, Heatwave, and Toneless will round out the top 10. And Zach the Beast, Benico, KP21, Sprightly, and Ferrari Nut both advance to Q2. Sanchez does not advance into Q2, but Ferrari Nut, being the fact that he did retire on track, will start P15. So we'll see 14 drivers in Q2, and they'll fight for who will be in the top 10.
So barring another, crash or two, perhaps in Q2, those Lesmos and other corners, the curbs are pretty deadly around here. So we could see another driver or two out. It could see some other cars we don't normally see in Q3 up there. So Haas into Q3?
It would mean a lap of gods by Manico and a bit of luck.
What do you mean? Sprightly's got it. Sprightly's got this.
Sprightly too, but it's just. I mean, look at who they're against. It's gonna be.
I know.
Very,
it's
very hard.
a hard.
But I mean,
considering there's not really anybody like else alphas, there's no real Williams to fight. It's all the big boy teams, unfortunately. So.
Then again, last season, Axe leading up to Monaco said, "Hey, I'm gonna have Monaco into Q3," and I was like, "Don't know about that." He did. If it wasn't for him crashing out, he was gonna get points.
You never know, because if some drivers still feel like they want to be at the back of the grid after Q2, this could pan out for maybe somebody like Sprightly, Minico, Toneless. They can defend like a lion.
Yeah. Looking at so far, we've had 4 drivers leave. Everyone's on softs except Deer Hunter. So, it looks like the sun's starting to poke out a little bit more.
I'm honestly not that surprised with the Mercedes. If he's out on mediums, we're pretty used to seeing mediums out on Mercs in Q2. That's not new.
It could be a simple, Deer goes out, and let's say in theory does 2 laps, done, see where that racks up on the board. He just needs to get into the top 10. If it's a strong enough lap, we'll see if that's indeed the tire that they look to start on the race.
Yeah, Heatwave should take our provisional time, barring he doesn't have an invalidation, as he's wiggled himself down the straight to get the tires ready for his run, and away he goes. Has Chandler in behind, Deer Hunter in behind that. I know there's a McLaren in behind that as well.
Yeah, everyone's kind of spaced out. So we're not going to see any sort of drafting or towing. Actually, the Mercedes are actually pretty close. The Shazam leads to pits, but I don't think that was by design. Nope, Shazam lets him through.
So Heatwave's obviously going to be taking those purples, but doing so far so good. Through Lesmo 1. Lesmo 2. On the power, we're nice and easy. DRS gonna be open. Away you go. Into the Ascari chicane. Light little squawk of the tires. Perfect little lockup as he makes his way through.
Looking at their
Pretty much just the Parabolica to go.
Looking at them as 2 Mercedes drivers, I thought perhaps they might be trying to do a little slip game, but I don't think they are. Shazam might be giving the McLaren of, who's that behind him? Skater? Yes, he might be giving him a little bit of a tow.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that was by this. That was just kind of right place at the right time as Shazam starts his lap.
KP21 is gonna had an invalidation, so I guess he's gonna go for another run. Minico about to get a lap started. Sprightly on a run. And same with Veyron. Just Sprightly have to the line. Aaron's going to the pits. Sprightly's going to put down a time. 125. We can do a little bit better than that.
I tell you, one thing I always kind of said with a track like this, with it being prone to slipstreaming, I always told them, hey, don't put yourself in a situation where someone can get a tow from you, because the last thing you would want is that to bite you. Nico hits Lesmo 1, going to Lesmo 2. He's kept it still valid. As Wraith has left the session.
KP21 and should the next driver to finish the lap. I think Sither will be into the pits.
Going through a Scary chicane. He's good. Down the long run down to Parabolica.
So KP22 or 21 put it down to 22.5. Minico, what do you have on those softs? How fast can the Haas go? 22.2 on the softs. So P6 for now. Has to avoid an Alpine coming out of the pits.
Yeah, his supply. And just wrong place at the wrong time, but no harm done. That's kind of good news there for Minico, because you look at who's not gone yet. Boss Cookie, Chandler, Taylor Clan, they've not set a time.
I mean, he's gotten
it's not a bad
an
time.
Alpha Tauri. It's not a bad time. Beating out an Alpha Tauri might be a start.
Now you're gonna have to beat 4 drivers.
Well, Toneless is gonna have to put in at least a 22.2.
Skip is retired in the pits.
And one and done. Wants to keep his tires fresh for the race. Understandable. He had a time that was worthy of doing that with a little bit of a tow.
Chandler going through.
Most drivers are just on out laps or in laps, so Chandler should be the next one to finish.
He is.
Lap.
He's going through Lesmo 2, the second DRS straight. They run down to Ascari. He's got the Red Bulls in front of him, who have not. They're on their out lap, so. Purple sector 1 and well, I know sector 2 is sector. Sector 2 is purple. Ooh, bit of a moment there.
Hopefully didn't lose him too much time. Maybe it was just a 10th or 2, but he's trying to grab everything he can out of this Ferrari. Tucking it nicely through the Parabolica.
P2.
That's going to set him right up with a 20.3. Beautiful time, beautiful lap. Deer Hunter on a run now. I believe that's Heatwave also about to start a lap, so the next driver to finish should be Toneless.
Heatwave, or Deer Hunter.
Now the battle.
Deer Hunter's going to be interesting, because I wonder if he's going to set this time or not.
Well, you already had the medium time down, which he currently has. Putting down the softs, I don't know, unless he wants to change up the strategy, but I think it's safe to at least consider it, considering he's behind both the Red Bulls, so if he drops too low.
That's true. He's only got, 3/10 difference to Heatwave.
So Toneless sets a 22.3 though. Supply Raptor does a 21.9, so Supply Raptor safe from Minico, but Toneless not so safe. So right now, it looks like Minico might make it through.
Yeah, here comes Taylor Clan to finish his lap. I believe Boss Cookie gave him a tow, yes. Time would suggest.
That's a 20 flat. So he's going to take that #1 spot. Taylor showing his pace out here today. Deer Hunter going faster, though, on those softs. Going a little bit faster out of a 22 flat. No 19s yet. Maybe Q3 with the track evolution that little bit more. We'll see a 19, but that's a hard one. Heatwave, I think, is trying a second run.
Yeah, I think
I'm not sure how much a second run works considering the battery dumping.
the second run does work. I have to get it done on mediums. The question with doing it here is this is your starting tire. I don't think you want to do 2 hard laps on that soft compound. Now,
Yeah, so
now
Toneless gets ahead of Minico, but yes, continue.
Q3, I think you can do whatever you want with that because that tire you don't start on. But I don't know if you want to do that here in Q2.
I don't know if you want to do that here in Q2, but it's gotten Toneless through. He did a big 5/10 improvement, and Bayron's through up into P6 on those softs as well with a 20.9. So we'll have to see. Boss Cookie's still yet to set a time. He's on another outlap.
I think Boss Cookie gave his teammates some assistance.
Maybe they're gonna do the same, and Taylor will come back out to give his teammate a tow.
We'll see.
We'll have to see.
Deer Hunter does run basically a 20 flat, a little bit quicker than Taylor Clan. Just noticed that.
Oh, and KP21 has lost it on exit of Ascari on his outlap, and that's gonna make things interesting for our bottom group.
Just trying to see if it's about. Oh yeah, there he is. I see him.
Yeah. And that's that. So, Boss Cookie gonna start an outlap, but that's gonna shake it up for the bottom group.
So KP21 will start 14th. That means we have now 3 drivers that are on track or in the pits that won't make it. Taylor Clan retires from pit lane.
So Taylor not going out to help his teammate with a tow. Boss Cookie on his way through to do a lap or 2, barring an invalidation, I'm sure.
Yep, got Supply
Raptor on an outlap. He doesn't want to get knocked out because Boss Cookie's going to do a lap, so he needs to do a little bit 2/10 improvement over Toneless or catch up to Zach. I do believe Zach is safe on his time, but he's probably doing an outlap and another run anyhow.
Probably just to be on the safe side. Is that time doable? I think so, but seen in the past where you think that time should be good, then literally 30 seconds later, you're on the bubble. So, and he's not that far off the bubble. He's only an 8th.
He's not that far off the bubble, and with Boss Cookie's time, but Boss Cookie invalidates.
He's only got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, so theoretically, I don't know if he has enough time to box, change tires, and have another go. He does have the battery.
I think he's just gonna go.
Yeah, I think he's
just gonna go for another. Yeah.
But it might all come down to this lap. You know, with how much fuel does he have in the car? This might be it right here for him.
He doesn't have the fuel flash, so I'm guessing he's got at least enough for a few laps, but if he does, that might not make the fastest time in the end, so we'll have to see. Zach started his run and is on his way through for an improvement. See where he is for Sector 2. Heatwave on his way for an outlap to start his run. So Zach's got 4/10 in the bag, so he's going to improve a great bit. Track evolution is a lot out here.
What the heck is taking off at the airport next to my apartment? Jesus. Nico's leaving, so getting ready for his last go.
So Zach, what do you have over the line? It's going to be enough for P5. That's a good position for him to be safe. Should be a safe time. 2/10 off from his teammate. Supply Raptor improves, so that's going to keep him safe for now. Toneless is now on the bubble.
Yep, Supply's got the light on, so that's done.
Boss Cookie goes P3. He gets the lap in. Another 20 flat, but not better than his teammates, but very close teammate battle between the two of them right there.
So this is Toneless has to pick up, give or take, what?
6/10.
About 6/10, a little over 6/10. Manico has to, let's just say, has to
Grab
find
a second.
pretty much.
Just to make it layman's terms, a second. You know what I mean?
Actually, no. Manico needs to find more than a second.
It's a little bit more than a second, but it's... I don't know if he can find a second in the Haas. He might need a little bit of a tow. Maybe he found it with the heat wave. I don't know, but...
No, heat wave's gonna let him through. Telling this match is Sector 1. What does Manico do for Sector 1? It's
even, but he could have gained a lot of time maybe on a Scary exit. I'm guessing that's where a lot of people have time lost.
Oh, Toneless threw it into Lesmo 1 or Lesmo 2 in there deep.
Got a good lift and exit out of it though.
Only
he's got a
10th. What does Manico have?
It's a little bit of an improvement, but it's not going to be enough.
No, it's not. So Toneless needs to find, give or take, about 4.5 tenths through Sector 3 in order to get to P10. Goes as low as he... No, he won't.
He improves, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, Alfa Romeo not having the performance to really stack up. And Minico doing a great chance at an improvement, but again, the Haas just not really there for him. But an amazing time of a 21.9. So, not bad. I believe Heatwave is still on a run. No,
he backed out.
He backed out. He's safe.
Yeah,
he knew he was safe. Yeah. So that should be it for Q2.
And maybe look at something real quick. Yeah, everyone that made it into Q3 did it on the soft compound, so everyone will start on softs. And be interesting to see. Everyone pretty much has either one lap on their softs completed. Heatwave has 2, so he might have to dive into the pits early. Luckily for him, he doesn't have to deal with a teammate, so he won't have to worry about his strategy getting compromised if he has to. So
that is true.
So we
do lose out our bottom 4, which is Sprightly, KP21, Minico, and Toneless, which leaves us with our top 10.
Yep.
Very close competition between a lot of them, though. So.
Well, we get both Mercedes, both Red Bulls, both Ferraris, both McLarens, and then the Aston Martin and the Alpine. So, and yeah, very close. You know, the top 7 separated there by 6/10.
Yeah, Shazam probably could have put down a better time, but thought he was probably safe and didn't. Maybe the same with Veyron, so we could see a little bit more from both the Mercedes and the McLaren. We'll have to see.
Well, this is the kind of now we go and whatever you've been hiding or saving, this is the time where you flip the switch and you just show your complete hand. So we'll see if anyone does dip into the low 19s. Don't think we'll see an 18, but we'll see.
Well, they were just hitting 20s. Low 20s. So high 19s. If we saw a low 19, the track evolution is a lot without that cloud cover.
I thought I heard someone in the party I was at earlier said that they might hit 18. I didn't believe it, but we'll see.
Well, so far we got a Mercedes, 2 of the McLarens going out at the same time, 2 of the Red Bulls going out at the same time, and now the Ferraris are on their way out, so everyone trying to get out early for a lap. Deer Hunter leads the parade out though.
Yeah, everyone's coming out now. Looks like the only two that are going to stay in the pits are, yep, Zach, Supply, and Heatwave at the moment. So we have.
I think you can't go out unless you have a tow, and you either need a buddy to tow or you're alone. Maybe Chandler thinks he can get a tow off a Red Bull, so he ran out there early, but maybe Zach didn't want to go without his teammate. I don't know. Maybe he's just waiting for a clear run.
Interesting to see when Zach presses the trigger of when he wants to go out. I mean, I've seen guys here run a fast time with no toes, so we'll see how much of a benefit that's going to be.
Well, the good thing for Chandler is the Red Bulls can't run too far away because the McLarens are just ahead. So, if they back up, then he's right on them.
And it looks like Taylor behind him is actually getting himself set up.
Deer Hunter's going alone. The two McLarens are getting a tow off with one another.
Do me a favor, can you make the party not joinable? Yeah, the McLarens are kind of sticking together. There's not really a big enough gap there that would suggest there is enough to slipstream. Well, Skater was leaving his tires there. I don't know what that was about.
I think he might have backed out of this run. Maybe he's just trying to tow his teammate along this straight. We'll have to see.
Yep.
Gets out of the way, so Veyron is through.
He's not.
But invalidates on entry.
So I wonder if this is going to be a trade-off thing to where now Veyron's going to give Skater tow on the front stretch. Problem is he's got, well, yeah, this kind of messes up everything. He's got the Red Bull there, the Boss Cookie, I believe.
Boss Cookie sets down a time. Everybody else, I think, is invalidated so far.
Boss Cookie pits.
Yeah. Sither has a time, but he backed out of it, so it won't be a very representative time. Chandler's going to go for another lap. Taylor's going to slot himself in behind him. Shazam on his way through. What did he have? A 20.2. So both the Mercedes able to put down a time, but nobody else so far. So
Interesting. So out of the 7 guys that went out there, only 2 set of time. Skate, or well, Deer Hunter. No, Shazam just hit one.
and Heatwave out there with a time with a 21.092. So wondering when we'll see Zach and Boss Cookie back out. Maybe they'll wait for their teammates. It looks like there's some action from the Red Bull garage. Boss Cookie heading back out.
Oh, Veyron validates and Ascari.
So Deer Hunter goes for a second lap and improves, and it is a 19.999. So he gets it by the 1,000. Deer Hunter first to make it. Chandler has an invalidation. Taylor's on his way through. Sither improves to a 20.2, so he's going to split the 2 Mercedes.
Good lap for the McLaren. Oh, Taylor.
And Taylor goes a little bit faster.
Almost nearly a 10th.
Supply Raptor on his way through. It's going to set for P5 with a 20.9. Head of Heatwave. And Heatwave go for a second run? No, Heatwave into the pits. He's had an invalidated lap. So a few teams getting their drivers into the pits now. Don't think Veyron's got the fuel for really another lap, but he's going for it. And he set himself a time.
Yeah, Boss Cookie's about to reach Parabolica before he starts his wall attempt. He will be basically by himself, so this will be a good kind of gauge here to see if there's anything, if a tow really does matter here or not.
Well, Taylor, I think, gets ahead a little bit of Deer. Deer did not have a tow. Bayron does a 20.7, so he needs to find a little bit more, but he's low on fuel and his tires are probably a little done in, so.
That's Cookie's purple through sector 1, but I wonder if that's just personal best as he barely clips the gravel there on exit going into Lesmo 1.
Yeah, he had some issues through that chicane there. So far, he's making a good recovery of it through the sector. I wonder how his sector 2 time will be looking.
He was basically on that edge by not a lot. Purple through sector 2, but I believe that's personal best. We'll find out in about, well, 15 seconds we'll find out.
Both the Ferraris out. Zach finally out for a run. Same with Chandler out for another run. Boss Cookie doesn't get his teammate, but splits himself right onto second row or front row with his teammate there. So
I think with with the issues that he had there in sector 2, that's a really promising time, and he still looks like he's having another go. Maybe he thinks it will go faster on the second lap. The fuel light's not on.
I think a lot of drivers have been improving
Oh,
on their
he's back
second runs. Oh, he's backed out.
He's 6/10 down, so he's just hurrying to get to the pits, being the fact that these tires don't matter.
Yeah, both the McLarens into the pit. Zach won't get a tow from really anybody by the looks of it.
But we just saw what Boss Cookie did there. Even with the slight issue in sector 2, if he probably didn't make that on the chicane exit there, might have been on pole. Zach starts his flying lap. Chandler's on a flyer at the moment.
Doing well on a flyer through the 2 Lesmos down the DRS straight.
He's good. He's might get a little bit of a tow here from Deer Hunter.
Just gets the entry, exit, everything of Ascari right for that Ferrari. On his way through. Maybe he is getting a little bit of a tow. It could be helping him. Maybe the dirty air not helping through that last corner though.
Yeah, he did. I've noticed that's what the drivers have done is like 20.14. It's really good lap there.
Good lap from him. What can his teammate follow up with?
It's
Chandler's left the session, so hopefully we can get him back in. He's gotten into the pits, so I don't think he'll have time to get another lap out now.
I sent him an invite just in case he needs one. Zach so far slots in P7. It would take a little under 3/10 off of his teammate. Good lap for the Ferrari.
Should be a decent spot. Sither's got a pretty competitive time in that McLaren.
Yeah, let's see what Deer Hunter does. He's on the final straight going to Parabolica. This will probably be his last lap attempt here. Does have time to have another go, but we'll see. Judging the battery, I don't think he will. Oh, wow.
He does go faster. The 19.7, the McLaren or the Mercedes having the speed around here through the corners, a little bit more than the Red Bull. His teammates on an out lap. What else is going on?
Get the
Who's on a lap?
Got Zach's done. Bayron just finished the lap.
Heat wave on his way through. I think he's done a second run on these tires to make an improvement.
And the Red Bulls are together, and then the McLaren of Skithers behind them. As they try to get themselves ready. Oh, Heatwave is spun at the exit of Parabolica.
Heatwave was around.
Oh, Veyron's retired.
He's crashed out at the first and second Lesmo. Yeah, that's him out, so.
So let's see what the Red Bulls do. They got to find, give or take, 2/10, a little over 2/10. Boss Cookie matches Sector 1. What does Taylor Clan do? A little bit faster in Sector 1.
But Boss Cookie gets airborne into the chicane, so that chicane costing him a lot of time. Yeah, I think he's bowed out of it. He's going to try and tow his teammate, I think.
Yeah. So I'll come down to Taylor. I missed what he did Sector 2. Looks like he is going to get a tow from Boss Cookie. Went through Parabolica now. What can Taylor find? A little under 2/10 for pole. Yes, wow.
And that's a 19.5, so he goes that little bit faster with that tow. Shazam on his lap making an improvement. Is it going to be enough for Spot? It's going to be enough to push him up to P5, 21.1.
And Heatwave is done. It's coming
So they're into pits.
So that will do it.
That's it for him.
So Taylor Clan with a 19.531 for pole. Deer Hunter, the Mercedes, is P2. He will split the Red Bull pair as Boss Cookie is P3. The McLaren of Scissor is P4. Shazam for Mercedes is P5. Ferrari will occupy 6th and 7th. Supplier Raptor for Alpine P8. Veyron, who crashed out at the late stages of this qualifying session, will start P9, and Heatwave will be P10. And
that should be it. Yeah.
Really, really great lap there by Taylor Clan.
So a mid-19 is what we come down to. 531. Wow. A lot of them using 2 sets of tires, understandable. Lots of track invalidations. We did see some DNFs, so there could be a few safety cars in the race. You never know what'll happen. It's going to be interesting.
What to see it. Oh, so who do you pick? Who do you got?
Our top 3 for what?
Race
who
win.
Are we picking for what?
Who?
Race win? Is this going to be a McLaren Monza kind of day? Or is this going to be a Red Bull Monza kind of day?
I mean, the championship, I mean, it's tight on both sides. I mean, Taylor leads his teammate by 16 points. You got Shazam, not that far back behind at 27 points. You know, he could try to make an impression on it. We know Deer's a reserve. But the constructors, I mean, it's only 4 points separating Mercedes and Red Bull. And
well, Deer Hunter does have pace, but we know that Boss Cookie and Taylor have been pretty dominant as a duo. But Boss Cookie hasn't had any issues recently where he's had some crash outs.
You
Will
know
that
what?
curse pop back up on him,
I feel
or
like
is he got it out of his system?
I feel like you need to have another spicy interview with Deer Hunter. So let's go. I'm gonna go with Deer Hunter.
You're gonna go with the Mercs and Deer Hunter?
I'm gonna go for a very interesting, spicy race interview or
I think we're
post-race
gonna see
interview.
a McLaren in P3. I think that could happen. We might not have a Red Bull in the a 1-3 or a 2-3. Might be just a one Red Bull podium today. We'll see. Could be a double Merc. I don't know. Shazam has pace. He could do it. I just don't know.
Interesting long wait here.
Can Haas get points though?
Benico showed what he did in Q2, getting what 12th. So, um, yeah, by virtue of having a strong race and for having no problems, and by virtue of luck, absolutely. I mean, Benico almost got points at Netherlands last week. So, yeah, if he does everything he needs or does on his end, same thing with Sprightly. Uh, I think it's possible. You have to if you can just make sure your end's good and at least give yourself the opportunity of something to happen, then yeah, why not?
Because with a few crashes, obviously they're not going to be pushing as hard as they were in quali, but we did have a few people kind of dying out there. So there is that. Hopefully this lobby is still working and everybody is here.
Yeah, I don't know if the uh delay here is because someone was having an issue with their internet. Sometimes it happens. Um, so we'll wait.
Or this game is just not good and Codemasters should be spanked for it.
Uh,
There's also that option too. uh,
I mean, there could be worse problems. So, we'll just have the usual talking stuff here. So, motorsports
yeah.
games, they promoted or they posted some photos of their new IndyCar game and some screenshots. And let's just say the comments, it did not go over well. Everyone, I know Codemasters, we all wish Codemasters hey, can you fix this, fix that? It could be a lot worse. You could have motorsports games. I don't even have the NASCAR Ignition game. I heard it's horrible, and it's scary and sad that this is the same company that's going to make the IndyCar game. Pain.
One could hope. But yeah, usually it's kind of a disappointment. Hopefully 22 is better, but I'm not too optimistic.
I mean, I think you will see. Hopefully it's better. I think probably the biggest complaint from my end is, hey, can you fix the Thrustmaster issue, please? Like, this is...
Can you fix the wheel problem?
Yes.
Can you fix the chronic disconnecting? Can you fix the random yellow flag penalties? Like, these little glitches here and there are what makes the game. It's not so much that there's an overlying issue. It's just a bunch of small issues everywhere, which makes the game not feel complete in any regard. But we are getting ready to go.
Oh yeah, we do have the countdown. I will say this. I mean, if you do lag out, you can join back in. Okay, you're going to lose time, but you can still race. There's other games where if you lag out, your race is over. Your race is done. I mean, so there is kind of a double-edged sword to that. Yeah, this part sucks, but it could be worse. As the formation lap is about to begin.
So, yes, we do have those split up Mercs. That McLaren in there. Is Chandler still not in his seat? He's still ghosted by the looks of it.
Chandler might
His power flickered. Maybe he had a connection issue.
I asked him a message and he said that he's not racing, so he might have an issue on his end. Could be power related, Wi-Fi related. Who knows?
Waifu related. Never know. The girlfriend could have been like, "We're going out" or something. You never know. Life happens. Family. Hopefully, it's not a family emergency. Hopefully, it's. But. So that being said, that's not good for Ferrari. Could be more points for Haas then. That's one more driver out.
It is one more driver out. So we have 16 here. If we have Ferrari Nut and Sanchez, who both crashed out at the end of Q1. Ferrari Nut did advance into Q2, but did not run because he crashed out in Q1. And the tire situation. So yeah, everyone's on softs except KP21 in 13th place for AlphaTauri, and Sanchez P16 for Alpine. So maybe they're looking to do the alternate strategy, see if that prevails for them.
Maybe an early safety car, get ahead off the restart. Defend like a line for every position from that point on, just to slow up the leaders, you know, try to get those points. They can at least get the track position that they want, you know.
Yeah, from what I've heard, the softs can last 8 to 10 laps, and then on a fresh set of mediums to the end. So we'll see when these guys want to pit, as everyone's here for the formation lap now. Well, Sanchez just parking up now.
Five red lights. And away we go. So far, so good out of the group. Mercedes gets ahead. Deer Hunter gets a run out of both of the Red Bulls into turn one.
Yeah, Taylor did not get a good start, but he does get a better with the first chicane there.
Side by side, it's a Red Bull Mercedes. Red Bull Mercedes.
Shazam moves up to P4.
Some rustling for the lead.
Oh, Zach.
Deer Hunter seems to have gotten it.
Zach and Veyron made slight contact. I don't know if that's going to be any damage for either of them. Zach
doesn't
looks
seem
okay.
like it.
Yeah, he looks.
Zach looks
okay.
like he's just going to try and recover. Shazam makes up a really good start from what, P7, I believe?
I believe it was P5. But both.
Oh yeah, it was from P5, but yeah, Veyron moving up 3.
Both McLaren's P5, P6. Yeah, well, Benito. And the points right now for Haas, and Sanchez is up to 11th from starting 16th. So he's had a really good start. As Taylor Clan gets ahead of Deer Hunter. So far, everyone's kind of kept it clean. I guess KP21 had a little bit of an issue in the back. Don't know. He's 2 seconds back from P14 of Chandler, which that's his AI.
Taylor's gotten ahead of Deer Hunter. Now Boskoki's looking at Deer Hunter. Seems Deer Hunter dumped a lot of battery on that first lap to stay ahead. And Taylor and Boskoki are kind of jumping them now.
And so far, we're coming to complete lap 2. And right now, the biggest change, position-wise, for positive is Sanchez from P16 to P10. He's up 6 spots. The one that's lost out the most, I'm not going to count Chandler because he's not here. So we have Toneless, KP21, Sprightly. They've all lost 2. So those 3 are tied for that. Looks like the first car that's going to fall out of this DRS train, possibly by the end of, well, at the start of this lap. DRS will be activated, will be Heat Wave.
Yeah, it's quite a train up at the front right now. Doesn't look like any overtaking will be done right away. Shazam kind of looking at the back of Boss Cookie, but nothing really doing there, so...
Yeah, taking a look at the... Zach's at the tail end of his train. He's trying to use as much of the battery he can just to keep up with these guys. But whatever happened between... Oh, Sanchez with a 3-second penalty. That might come costly in the end. Don't want to start getting penalties, especially this early in the race. Still a long ways to go.
Especially in an Alpine when you're fighting for P8 to P10, that could cost you some points, so...
Oh,
and Supply Raptor is off. He hit the wall with his rear wing. Hopefully that's not wing damage.
Unfortunate there for the Alpine there of Supply Raptor. So that will put Zach up a spot, same with Heatwave, Sanchez, and Ferrari Nut. He's up 5 spots from his starting spot position. So both guys that crashed out in qualifying have been on the move. They're both now in the points.
Quite helped Zach, though, because he was trying to get back into DRS of the McLarens, but now with Toneless out of the mix, he doesn't have DRS, and now he can't catch up to them. So now he's going to be lost in his own little no man's land.
Yeah, but he's got no one directly behind him, and it looks like he is slowly pulling away from Heatwave.
Heatwave's closed it in.
Yeah, as I say that.
So...
Oh, well, now he's not. Heatwave is off. Loses it at the exit of the second chicane there. Goes off the gravel. He's off the gravel again, off the exit of Lesmo 1. He has his hands full.
Having a hard time.
That puts Sanchez now into PA as Manico gets a 3-second penalty. So up front's been kind of calm. Boss Cookie took a look at Deer Hunter going into Parabolica, but thought better of it.
He's looking for it, though. He's looking for it here. And Boss Cookie is going to take P2 for now.
Oh, what a
Red
move.
Bulls. Wow. They box Deer Hunter out, and into the corner they go. Boss Cookie takes the lead, but Deer Hunter takes Taylor on the outside inside.
That reminded me of what Villeneuve did to Schumacher at Portugal in 96, 97. It's that quick change.
A little jump over.
Oh yeah, he had to do
this
that
lane change of
he
I'm
got
going
ahead
over
of
here.
Schumacher, and then he had to basically go in front of him because of the back marker. Whereas this one was for position, but that was risky, but well done.
Seemed to have worked out. Mayron somewhat falling off to his teammate at this point, still trying to stay within that DRS as everybody else is darting around up here. It is a Red Bull fight. Oh, Deer Hunter has a bit of a moment. That's going to give Taylor a good chance to run through.
Give Shazam also a chance as well. And he doesn't, as we have a yellow flag. Who is that? I believe that's KP. Who is that that's off? Oh, it's Sanchez.
I think that's Sanchez.
So Sanchez has had a moment at the end of the Scary chicane. Meanwhile, back up front, the Red Bulls, they're swapping it back and forth. Deer Hunter looks on the outside of Boss Cookie, but here comes Shazam now. He will get P3 over Deer Hunter. Oh! Who's that just hit the wall?
Was that Shazam hitting the wall? Or is that just latency on his side?
No, that's...
that's latency.
That is.
That is latency. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that was interesting. So...
That's okay. It sneaks Slither through, though. McLaren up there! As I thought. So, Red Bull 1-2 with the McLaren 3, or is Deer Hunter and Shazam going to be able to figure it out?
I'm just making sure that what we're seeing Shazam on the track right now is where he's actually on the track.
Boss Cookie overtook his teammate after... Oh, no. He got the DRS, okay. Wasn't sure if Boss Cookie was trying to tow with DRS or not. But they're trying to run in 1 second ahead of the McLaren in behind.
Yeah, this front six is kind of just... They've been in their own little battle here. They're about...
Well, it's closed Veyron in because of everything. Ferrari Nuts had a moment. He's been off into turn 1 too.
Heatwave as well. I believe that's... Or... we're approaching lap 7, or we're working lap 7 now. As Sanchez pits, he puts the hard compound. He's going to be winning a safety car later.
Shazam can't quite sneak through his teammate. Deer Hunter's still trying to chase down Sither.
Oh, and
Sanchez having more issues out of the pits, I think.
Yeah, he's also missing now the left end plate. So unfortunately,
Brian gets back through toneless. I think he might have gotten DRS as well. No, toneless has DRS. He's going to be able to hold on to that AlphaTauri. Nico and Heatwave just up the road, still fighting for points. So Veyron's fallen off of the crowd. Deer Hunter's had a moment. He's fallen all the way back to Zach.
Here comes Manico on the inside of Heatwave, trying to get the move down. He has it done. Heatwave, though, actually now trying to respond and fight back. They're side by side. Going into the second chicane over here. Close, tight. Heatwave holds position back. He gets it back over Manico for P8 as they go through Lesmo 1. And then they'll reach Lesmo 2 to the second DRS straight. Manico all over him here. Heatwave does have the benefit of more battery, but Manico will have the benefit of DRS. Does he get the move down going through Ascari? No, but Ferrari Nut might on Manico.
No, Ferrari Nut looks for it. Not quite enough, though. Manico had to give him the room.
He thought about it. Front, we got a Red Bull 1-2 with Boss Cookie leading Taylor Clan. 1-2 in the race.
Still trying to get away from Shazam and Sither, who are still in DRS, though.
Slither's just kind of sort of barely hanging on there. Well, he was 8 tenths. Now he's back to 7 tenths, 6 tenths. But 1-2 in this race, 1-2 in the championship. But what really is important for Red Bull right now is they sit 1-2 while they're rivals in the championship constructors is P4 and P. Deer Hunter has pitted, so he's the first one to blink.
He's broken his wing. He had an issue, he broke his wing, and he's had to blink, so he's probably going to the end on his stint if possible, unless there's a safety car. So
I will say with this track, because I saw this months ago working with Bailey in another league, he had 8% wing damage, and it affected him massively. It's amazing how just a little bit of damage, I don't know if it's just this track or this game is all its Boss Cookie and Veyron in, just really affects the car handling. Sprightly has left the session. See if I can get him back in.
yeah, Boss Cookie dumping himself into the pits, got a new stack to the end. I guess everybody else is probably into the pits this lap either way. So they're getting really close, Shazam really close. So they're going to have to put in some laps if they want that overcut in, but I think the undercut is the play around here, so.
Let's see. When did he get spread? Apologies for that. Alright, yep.
All good. Still fighting up at the front. Boss Cookie's kind of got himself into a bad group of other drivers in his way, so his outlap is going to be a little bit muddled.
It's
Not good on traffic there. Taylor into the pits. Sither through. Shazam through.
Yeah, Boss Cookie's
Boss
really...
Cookie through the Haas.
Yeah, he's getting held up, but I mean, this is kind of part of it. When you box here, you know, kind of want to put yourself in a good gap there, so that way you're not held up by traffic. We're gonna see if that affects anything with Taylor Clan leaving
Taylor's
the pits
on
now.
his way out.
Actually, they've been.
Yeah, the undercut is a lot stronger, so it's
It
just
is a
that
lot
Boss
stronger.
Cookie's not as far as he should be, and he still has drivers ahead fighting it out.
So
He's side by side with Heat Waves, so
kind of wonder if Shazam and Skater knowing this, that's just why they're staying out.
wait for everybody else to pit and then pit themselves.
Well, I mean, right now the Boss Cookie, Taylor Clan, their kind of progress is being impeded at the moment. As in Sector 2, we have, I believe that's Heatwave that's off. Yes, it is. He has an issue. Doesn't look like they have any damage visibly, though.
So there is that. He's just had some problems.
His Heatwave has less discussion.
Inico went into the pits, so that's why he's fallen down.
So Sizzler stays out, Shazam pits. And I go...
Zach is on his way into the pits. Shazam is leaving the pits.
Let's see what this does. I don't know if he's going to beat them out. As Taylor Clan gets the move done on Boss Cookie, but Shazam, okay, well, he'll have 2 lap fresher tires than these guys, I believe. Just lagged out.
Yeah, it's understandable. This game has a great net code. We'll get you back in here, but lots of fighting. Miniko gets the undercut on a few drivers out there, so he's going to hold on to 11th for now.
I have to reset my whole game. This is...
Shazam trying to fight the back of Boss Cookie. So they're down to 22 seconds on his lead. Those old softs not quite doing him justice at this point, I don't think. As I think they're into the pits now. Taylor on his way through. Will it be enough? Sither on his way out of the pits. So maybe the difference in traffic was enough, as the McLaren on his way through. It's not quite enough, but he's right back into the fight with the freshest set of tires. As Shazam's trying to poke at the back of Boss Cookie and Taylor. Right in there. Sither right in there as well.
Alright. Well, whenever you get a minute, send me an invite if you don't mind. Or, hang on, can I do this? I can do this. Never mind.
Shazam gets through Taylor for now. Sither right on the back of him. So we still have a 4-way fight for first. It's still been up in the air. Nothing has really changed in that fact since lap 1. So they're having a bit of an issue out of the corner, but still on the back of them. Shazam not quite getting the move and going a bit deep into Ascari. Boss Cookie's going to be looking for that one. And Shazam is a little bit back from Taylor, but still will have DRS, so...
And for some reason, I still have an online connecting issue. I'm gonna see if it's just an F1 2021 thing, or if it's my Xbox Live thing.
Could be an Xbox Live glitch. Deer Hunter's making his way through KP21. He's on the older set of mediums versus KP21, who hasn't pitted yet. KP21 going for, a late move and has to bow out of it, so takes the escape. Doesn't take a penalty for it, but there we go.
Okay, I don't think it's an Xbox. I don't think it's an Xbox Live issue because I connect to something else. This is unfortunate.
Shazam just chasing down Taylor, and chasing down Boss Cookie. Taylor chasing down Shazam, Sither in behind, and nothing a whole lot else going on. One of the Alpha Tauris is off. It's KP21. He's lost his wing. He's still going though, so it won't be a safety car. But that should be the end of his stint. He's going to have to go softs to the end, stretch him out a little bit farther than he's going to want to, that's for sure. So Minico up into points. He's got Toneless there for company though. He's got DRS to try and make that move. Minico's going to try and fight down that inside line. Gets a little unsettled by the curb, but gets a good exit. He's going to keep onto that position for now. Back up at the front. Still have Sither trying to make his way through Taylor, but Taylor with DRS is not going to be an easy move. You now have blue flags from Sprightly, who gets out of the way nicely. Thank you, sir.
I'm going to restart my Xbox.
So, unfortunately, I've lost my co-comms, but that's okay. Keep on trying, Bewo. It's all good. Sam on his way through. Boss Cookie. He gets through, but Boss Cookie looking down that inside line and takes it right back. Shazam's gonna have to keep slotting for second. Sither having good pace. Looking like he wants to get around some of these guys, but can't quite do so with DRS right there. Can get Taylor as he goes a little bit wide. Shazam's going to get Boss Cookie as he goes a little bit off. So a few changes of position right there. Out of Ascari chicane. So now we have a Mercedes Red Bull McLaren as it stands. So they're on those freshest set of tires. Gonna see what he can do with the bonus performance, hopefully, of them. He had to go the distance on the softs. Boss Cookie going very deep after hitting the curb and throws him up in the air, and he's off into P4. Veyron's going to be able to close in that gap and get DRS again. So that is a big change there. What else do we have going on? Minico's still fighting with Toneless. They're still neck and neck. This fight has been ongoing the whole time. So Minico's through this time around on Toneless. He's going to try and defend that position, but he's going to get DRS against them, which isn't going to help in the next few corners. Deer Hunter trying to close it into Zach, but no battery to do a whole lot. Zach's got no battery to do a whole lot. Kind of just been in his own race all alone. Been behind the leaders, but doing very good pace. Just lost DRS early when supply went off, so hadn't helped his run. And all the leaders have now gotten that interval a little bit stretched out. Taylor and Boss Cookie are now a second out, so they're closing into Shazam back into that DRS zone. Boss Cookie kind of on his teammate back into DRS. Taylor falling off Sither. Did Taylor break a wing? Does he have damage? What did he do? Toneless back through Minico. Into turn 1 with DRS. Minico's going to have to saddle in behind and try to look for another move again. Taylor having issues. I don't know if it's that invisible wing damage. He's gotten something though. Looking like he went deep there. I'm thinking it's actually wing damage, and that's going to really hurt his run. Maybe not. Maybe just having a few issues in his laps. He does have old tires, but Boss Cookie with older ones, so I don't know what to say. Front two have kind of ran away 3 seconds from the rest of the crowd, and they finally made this a 1-2 fight instead of it being a 4-man fight. Veyron on the back of the 2 Red Bulls, but that's it for P3, is those 3 to fight it out. Shazam and Sither are going to have to fight this one out. Still holding that DRS. Still with a little bit more battery than Shazam, but Shazam doing very well to try and hold on to it and run away. Aaron gets through Taylor. Maybe Taylor does have wing damage. Even if it's light wing damage, no sense in pitting and losing more positions than it's worth, I guess. Shazam trying to break that toe, trying to break that line. Minico trying to do the same, trying to get away from Toneless so he can hold on to that P10 if possible. Still has that penalty in mind though, so that's not going to quite help him there. Leaders have pulled out a pretty big gap. Try and get Bewo back in here. So they're still closing in that gap a little bit. Nice and easy over the curbs. Boss Cookie slowly closing in that 3-second gap, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to get by the end. Without DRS, and it's going to be a difficult one with these 2 running away in that sense. Although Shazam's going to get a few blue flags now. Looks like he's got Sanchez not too far away. They'll start getting into some of the other blue flags in behind. So that could play a factor. Deer Hunter through Zach. And that is a safety car. And we have lost KP21. So that's going to change up the order. Deer Hunter and Zach are going to be able to close in that 10-second, 12-second gap. Maybe with a penalty from the last little bit. Should be a 5-lap fight to the end, 4-lap fight to the end. So I'm going to guess it's softs all the way around for every driver here. I don't know who would stay out on a different set of tire. Toneless gets into the pits early. I think Minico might have just missed the line and had to keep going. Now he's probably running to get back around. Shazam slowed up for his Delta, I think. He's going to the pits. Sither to the pits. Lost Cookie into the pits. Now is Veyron going to get slowed up by his teammate, and same with Taylor. They have a bit of a gap, so they should be okay to everybody else. A light delay. Taylor gets a new wing, so that's going to slow him up a bit. So as we thought, yeah, he did have wing damage. Deer Hunter into the pits now. New set of softs. Same for Zach. Into the pits, a new set of softs. What we got for Supply Raptor? Ferrari Nut into the pits as well. Minico into the pits. His teammate is already into the pits though, so hopefully he doesn't get holed up there. Sprightly in. On for softs. Out. And that should be it for pit stops. I don't know if Heatwave will go for the pits. Heatwave, I think, is disconnected. That's unsure when he disconnected there, but that's not good for his run. Chandler probably won't get points as he'll be knocked out for not being here, so that'll be a point. So right now Minico is in the points, but with that penalty, it's not going to be helping him. Boss Cookie into the pits for a new wing. What has happened there? Right now, we don't have a Red Bull up there. Sither's gotten ahead somehow through the pits. Somehow, some way, Sither's gotten ahead. So, star ratio. Interesting. A lot of them are still catching up to the safety car, so we should only have a 3-lap slap to the end. heat wave on old mediums. Might not have the pace, but he's gonna try it out to the end, I think. Either that or he's gonna jump in on the last lap of safety car for a set of softs. Ferrari not doing the best of them right now. Same with Veyron. After all of that, lots of stops done for everybody for a typical one-stop race, and yeah. Lots of drivers with track limits looking at. So Taylor's got a few warnings. Boss Cookie's got a warning. Deer Hunter's got 2 warnings to himself. Shazam's got a warning. So for the most part, everyone has one. Veyron's got one, but Sither's got one as well. So people have warnings out there, but not so much penalties. So we could see some penalties in the last 3 laps. We'll have to see. I do believe safety car will be in this lap, regardless of where Sanchez is out there. He should be able to catch up to the pack if he's quick with it, though. Maybe we're in for another lap. Yeah, seems like it. So right now, doesn't look like a Red Bull is going to be getting this podium, but Taylor still could do it. He could jump Veyron off the start, maybe in the last 2 laps or so. But not much time to do anything. Into the pits again for Sanchez. Toneless into the pits for a fresh stack of softs. Sanchez in for a fresh stack of softs. So we should only have the last 2 laps to go. Safety car is in this lap, so we should pretty much just have the last few laps left. We start in lap 26 and then on to lap 27 after that, and that's pretty much it. So Sither able to jump the Merc somehow in the pits, somehow gonna make this win. So Sither might be able to get the win out of this. There will be no DRS for Shazam. He's gonna have to do this the old school way. So safety car is in. Shazam does not get the best run on Sither. Veyron right on the back of him. We have some battling going on between Boss Cookie and Supply Raptors. Boss Cookie gets through. Almost gets through Heatwave with a fresh stack, so there is that. Nico trying to run away if he can. Trying to get ahead of Ferrari, not try to get away from everybody else with that penalty. Taylor's going to try and get into a podium position, but it's not going to be easy. Shazam still close to Sither. He doesn't have a lot of time to get it done. Does have the battery to maybe get it done, but so does he. Everyone has the battery. So, Michelle. See, as we're going into the final lap, Sither's going to take that lap 27, that white flag. He's going to set the fastest lap, 21.3. And Shazam is not quite close enough. Aaron is not quite close enough. He's going to have to deal with Taylor on his outside as they go side by side through the corner. Taylor's going to have the outside inside and not quite get it on the exit. Deer Hunter looking for trouble as well just in behind. Trying to do a very good recovery race from what happened earlier. Taylor goes for the dive and he's hit. That's contact and he's off. So that's might be points for the Red Bull gone right there. So we'll have to see. Aaron's got to get his way through. I don't know if that was wing damage. No. But it's the final lap, so going to be able to hold on to that podium, I think. Deer Hunter is pushing, but he can't quite do it. Boss Cookie's right there. Can he steal it from Deer right at the end? Now there's some light contact there, though. Deer Hunter gets a little bit off, and oh! He gets a 3-second time penalty, and that's going to be the difference. Deer Hunter starts doing some contact. I don't know what was going on there. Zach's going to take P5 out of that, though. And it's going to pretty much move everybody up. Miniko's going to drop down because of that penalty, so that's going to be no points for him. Toneless up into the points, though, for the Alfa Romeo. So a very good race for quite a few drivers out there. Ferrari Nut takes driver of the day. Doing a really good job at moving up quite a few positions up at the end there. So that is a McLaren 1-3 with a Mercedes 2. Boss Cookie taking P4. So Red Bull's not too far behind. Taylor having some contact on the final lap didn't help his run. So that's 2 of 3 in the party. So they're going to join us, though. I don't know, but guess we'll get on with our podium interviews. I've lost my co-com, so Veyron, that was a pretty interesting race. You've somehow managed yourself back up into another podium. How was that for you? Final 2 laps were pretty interesting. Well, that was a very impressive race. A good finish for McLaren, yourself in 3, and your teammate up in 1. But anything else for the crowd? Well, go McLaren. Good for the constructors late in the season. So there is that. Another good change in the constructors is Shazam up in P2. How are you doing after that finish there, sir?
Doing pretty well.
Well, that is good. So how was those final two laps for you? You were running a pretty good race between you and Sither. I don't know how you lost the position kind of going into the pits there, but somehow lost it, and that was kind of the difference at the end.
Yeah, Cookie was far enough back to where, like, by the time I was ready to go, he was pulling into his box, so I got delayed, and then Sither got me.
So that's where the delay came from to slide in ahead in the
Yeah.
pits. So that's unfortunate. It could have been a good win for you there, but again, the Red Bulls were in behind, so at least you've gotten more points than them by difference. So that's good.
Yep.
And I don't believe we have our P1s for an interview, so congratulations to the both of you for your races. It was well fought. You guys were up there in a long string of battles, so congratulations and pat yourself on the back for that one. And I think that will be it for our realistic tier race. Thank you for tuning in, and we shall catch you next time with the rest of our races going on throughout these weekend here. So have a good one. Bye.